Well, friends of Barça today, welcome to... This video is one of the channel's most beloved and frequently requested by viewers. Don't forget to give this video a big like today without subscribing to Barça Hoy, because we're bringing you a lineup that will surely surprise you. Careful! Also pay attention to the signings I'm going to tell you about, because I think there are a few that not many people are expecting. And I think it's going to surprise more than one person. So nobody should leave until the end of the video. Watch it all the way through, because I think it's very, very, very interesting. Barça is making moves as the Nations League, Champions League, and the season conclude, with eyes on the future. In the 25-26, Hansi Flick is undoubtedly already preparing with Deco and others. Well, what it is? The new season, right? Do we have to prepare everything? Because, well, we have to make signings, we have to make sales, and we have to, well, be prepared. So that next year, we can be, why not say it, right? In the Champions League final as well. And achieve, well, a long-awaited treble that this year was, look, this close. That's how close that treble was too. For Football Club Barcelona. But, well, even so, I'm very happy with what we've seen. Come on, let's start building that Barça. Careful with what we have up to today. I'm also going to give you a few tips or mention some players that I like, or rather that I would like to see at Barça. Well, to start, my starting goalkeeper is going to be Joan Garcia. There's already a lot of speculation. It seems that Ter Stegen won't be there, at least. At this time in the afternoon or morning, depending on when you're watching the video. Well, it seems that Ter Stegen is more out than in. I would keep Szczęsny as the backup goalkeeper and bring up. They're already up, right? One of the boys from the youth academy. I really like Jacobisvili, but I know the staff also really likes Astralaga. So, for now, either of them would be enough for me as a third goalkeeper. For me, starting goalkeeper for Barça, Joan Garcia. This guy blows me away. I'm totally in love with him. All right, as left back, I'm going to do something, okay? I'll put Alejandro Valde here, as I think he's the starter and will play the most games. But be careful, because I don't know if you know, but in the last few hours there's been a Premier League team, the Wolves, Wolverhampton. To be more exact, they've shown interest in Gerard Martin, okay? They're interested in Gerard Martin. Does that mean that maybe Barça will have to strengthen this left flank in case Valde isn't there? We're going to put Grimaldo here, a player I would love to see come, who's really showing interest in Barça and who I think, hey, is a pretty reliable option. Barça fans may dislike that he's showing too much interest in Real Madrid. But it's normal. I think it's normal too. The player wants to be in the Spanish league, and I also think that's a bit normal. It's normal that he lets himself be courted by Barça, Atletico de Madrid, and Real Madrid, but it doesn't worry me at all for now. For me, Valde would be on this left side and Grimaldo in case Gerard Martin leaves. By the way, Jonathan Tah won't come to Barça because he has finally signed for Bayern Munich. So forget about Jonathan Tah. Let's put here, of course, our Don Inigo Martin. For me, he has to keep being a starter. Sorry, because I think right now, few centre-backs give me more guarantees. The one who does, of course, is Pau Cuarzí, and on the right back, Jules Koundé. Are you going to tell me Ira? It's the same defense, exactly. It's the same defense. I believe this defense has provided us with many guarantees as of today. And you can keep trusting them right back here as a substitute. Well, we could put Hector Ford here, who I think, if he keeps getting minutes, could be a extremely interesting response. This would be my defense. Christensen isn't here because he's going to leave Football Club Barcelona. I'm telling you, he's going to leave Barça. It appears Araujo will remain for the time being. It seems that apparently he's going to stay. We'll see if that's really the case. There's still plenty of time left in the transfer market. Let's move to the midfield. Here, I'm practically not going to change anything. Don't expect a big change here, because I think Barça works perfectly in the midfield. And it's perhaps where I see the fewest changes. I mean, maybe not. I mean, where I see the least... I would experiment the least. Why? Because we have Pedri, because we have Dani Olmo, because we have Frankie de Jong, but it's not just that. I also didn't mention Ari Garcia earlier, who can play in the midfield too. He's excelled as a right back and can also play centre back. Watch out there also with Casado, watch out there with Marc Bernal, watch out because Marc Bernal's prime is coming. Guys, it's crazy. Watch out for Gabi. Watch out for Fermin. That is players that Barca has plenty of in that midfield. I don't think it's necessary, or at least in my humble opinion. As of today, I don't think we need to make big changes in the midfield. But, well, that's just my opinion. And you, of course, I want you to leave your thoughts in the comments. What would your ideal starting 11 be? Players you would like to see come? Players you would like Barca to sign? Well, get rid of them. Why? Because in the end, we know that some players have to leave so that others can come in. For me, the midfield looks really good, up to date, and I don't think there's anything missing. So that's it. Making a lot of changes here. Look, let's put Rafinha in now. But we know perfectly well that there are players like Rashford who are really liked a lot, and very much so at Football Club Barcelona. Players like Nico Williams, who you know perfectly well that even though it has been said, and this is absolutely true, it has been said, even from the Barca staff, from the board, Nico Williams has been talked about by Laporta, by Deco, and they've said that for now they're not interested. I don't know if they're just playing games or if, well, it's simply true. I don't know. My opinion is that if I had to, if it were up to me, of course I would. I would definitely sign Nico Williams. I would sign him for sure. Hit the like button and subscribe because I'm bringing you one of the big bombshells for this Barca. Or better said, not for this Barca, but for next year's Barca. Because here, Robert Lewandowski is going to show up for this very season. The nearly finalized star signing for next year is reportedly Juliancito Alvarez. Not for this year, I repeat, okay? Not for this year. But honestly, I'll keep mentioning it in all the videos so people can get used to the idea. He's the best signing that's going to happen in the next few years. It's going to be Julian Alvarez for Barca. It's not just rumors, it's real. It's also been said that his own agent would be open to him coming. But I'll say it again, not for this year. We must include Lamine Yamal here. There's Lamine Yamal, and with this, and with Luis Diaz, I don't know if I already included him, right? Luis Diaz, who is the other player, of course. Well, there he is. On the goal line, I think he's the player with the best chance of joining Football Club Barcelona right now. Let's see. Every year, people also talk about Xavi Simons, players like Trincao and even Franticos. Trincao, who has impressed for Portugal in the Nations League, is another player linked with Barca. However, I don't believe he will join the club. But what has been proven in recent years is that this Barca needs more depth in the squad. This starting 11 is practically the same, except for the goalkeeper, but with these players who can perfectly strengthen the team. Practically one player per position, you could say, except in midfield. Because for me, I'll say it again, I think the area that needs the least change is the midfield. Because we have players who would be starters, any of them, in any team in the world. So this is my starting 11. Now, show me yours in the chat. So hit that like button. Show this video a lot of love because I think we deserve it. We're doing just that. Building Barca from 2025 to 2026. We're dressing up as Hansi Flick to bring you the latest news. What do you think about this? Barca yesterday, today, and always. See you next video.